Hello, this is Adam for Jason Adam TV and also American Teacher on YouTube. If you haven't, please click subscribe and give us a thumbs up and leave your questions or comments in the chat box next to the live video, or after the live video is finished you can leave them in the comment section. So this is an English learning session. If at any time you have any English questions or any questions at all during this session, you can click on in the chat box and leave the question there. And if you're not watching this live, you can leave your question in the comment section. Okay, I'm going to start off today by talking about articles. So this person had a sentence in his English homework, I think, and he was supposed to put in the correct article, an, or the. I saw an accident this morning. A car crashed into a tree. The driver of the car wasn't hurt, but the car was badly damaged. So I just read the sentence with the correct articles in place, and so now I will tell you why these articles are the correct articles. In general, we use a or an for singular countable nouns. We also use a and an for general nouns. Countable nouns. We also use a and an for general nouns. Okay, so in a sentence where you mention something more than once, or a person more than once, when you first mention the thing or the person, of course we don't use articles with proper nouns like people's names, but like if you say, I saw a man, when you mention man the first time, you use the general article a. But in each following instance, you use the specific article the. For example, I saw a man yesterday. The man was walking near my house. So in the first instance, the first case of using the noun man, was walking, we use the article, the general article a. But when we mention man again, since we're talking about the same man, we use the specific article the. So in this case, I saw an accident. We mentioned accident for the first time, so we use the general article an. Of course, we use an for singular nouns that start with a vowel sound. We use a for singular nouns that start with a consonant sound. Okay, and next, a car crashed into a tree. So we mentioned car for the first time, so we have to use the general article a. And we mentioned tree for the first time, so we have to use the general article a. Alright, in this case, we are talking about a specific driver, because driver is followed by identifying information. So we're talking about a specific driver. So it should be the driver of a car wasn't hurt, but the car was damaged. Actually, I take that back. Since we mentioned accident earlier, an accident necessarily involves a car. So we should use the specific article the with the car, since we already mentioned, well, we did mention car before. So we need to use the specific article the with car. The driver of the car.
There's a microphone next to the phone. No. Attached to the phone in front of you.
Oh, okay.
The black wire.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you see the pin? Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Just you can leave it on your chest.
Okay.
The longer one. Okay.
Okay. Sorry about the audio difficulties there. All right. I'll try to clip this to my shirt.
Can you make it
Higher? Okay.
higher? Yeah.
There we go. Is that better?
The sound quality is good. Yeah.
Okay, so I was talking about general versus specific articles, and since we already mentioned car, we should use the specific article the. The driver of the car wasn't hurt, but the car was badly damaged. All right, so if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the chat box next to the live video. Any English questions, I'd be glad to answer them. Okay, next I'm going to talk about this grammar question. Plural or singular form for fruit names. So this might be a little confusing for some people. The noun fruit is usually uncountable. Usually. But not always. However, most fruit names are countable. So if you're talking about fruit, well, let me read the question first. I have a question regarding fruit names. When I'm writing about fruit, I'm confused about which form I should use, singular or plural. I'm not even sure if they actually count nouns or mass nouns or uncountable nouns. And this person lists the examples. I heard banana is good for health. Okay, banana can be countable or uncountable depending on whether the fruit is cut. If the fruit is cut, then we use the uncountable form banana. If the fruit is whole, we use the countable noun bananas, if there are more than one. Similar with lychee, mango, and papaya are popular fruits in my country.
We got more viewers. Can you say hi to them?
Hello, thank you for watching Jason Adam TV or American Teacher, depending on which YouTube channel you're watching. If you have any English questions, you can leave them in the chat box and I'll try to get to them before the end of this live session. So right now I'm talking about countable and uncountable nouns, and I'm pointing out that fruits are generally countable unless they have been cut, and most foods are the same way. Like you can count cakes if they are whole, but once you cut them into pieces, they are uncountable. You can use the quantifier, the word piece. The noun piece is countable, but if you cut a food or a cake, that noun for the food or the fruit or the cake becomes uncountable. And in general, when we talk about a noun in general, we use the plural form most of the time. Like cats make good pets. We usually don't say a cat makes a good pet. It is grammatically correct, but it's not as common. Usually we use the plural form of a noun to talk about the noun in general. Another example would be pizzas are delicious. And we're talking about all pizzas in general. Okay, if you have any questions or comments, please type them into the chat box and I'll try to answer them during the live session. Okay, moving on to the next grammar question. What is the difference between these two sentences? He did not answer because he had been thinking of his holidays. Or he did not answer because he was thinking of his holidays. Of course, in the first one, they're using past perfect continuous. And in the second one, they're using past continuous. So the person who wrote the question says, I think number one means that he had finished thinking and then he could not answer. And I think number two means that he was still thinking. The person who answered the question said the past perfect version, had been thinking, means that he was thinking about his holidays at some earlier point in time, before the time when he didn't answer. By implication, something about those earlier thoughts caused him not to answer later. A rather strange situation, so you probably don't want to say that. The simple past continuous, was thinking simply means he didn't answer at the time, because at the time his mind was elsewhere. So when you use past perfect, you are referring, past perfect continuous, you are referring to something that happened over a period of time in the past and has completed in the past.
All right, can I compose a little bit? First of all, can you make the font bigger by Intima?
Sure.
Control and the middle mouse scroll.
Well, I already used Control Shift Plus.
Okay.
That does the same thing.
All right. Secondly, can you just wave at the in front of the camera of the phone, so the focus will be better.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's better now. Okay. All right.
Okay, some technical issues. Okay, so in general, the past perfect progressive is used to talk about a situation that occurred over a period of time in the past, before now, and has finished. And past continuous is used to talk about something that was happening at the time. Okay, so let's go back to the sentences. He did not answer because he had been thinking of his holidays. This means he did not answer because at a time in the past, before this time, before he didn't answer, he had been thinking of his holidays.
I think you had to make the font smaller again because it's not easy to read.
Okay. I'll make it a bit smaller.
It's better to read now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay, and number two, he did not answer because he was thinking of his holidays. This means at the same time he was thinking about his holidays, he did not answer. So hopefully that helped you to understand the difference in usage between past perfect progressive, or it's also called past perfect continuous, depending on whether you're studying UK English or American English, and the past continuous. Okay, if you have any English questions at all, or any questions at all, you can leave them in the chat box, and I will try to answer them before the end of our live session here. Okay, going on to the next English question. Okay, talking about the difference between supposed to and suppose. And the person wrote two sentences. They say you're supposed to find and correct the errors in the sentences. So the first incorrect sentence says, the building custodian supposed to unlock the classrooms. So actually we have to use supposed to with the be verb. It's a phrase, a special phrase. And so you must put the be verb before supposed to. So it should read, the building custodian is supposed to unlock the classrooms. Okay, and the second sentence, you are not supposed to open that door. Okay, in this case we have the be verb, you are, but instead of supposed to, someone has written supposed to, which is incorrect. Okay, let's talk about why. So the structure you need is be supposed to. And the reason is, okay, let me click on this. Supposed to is part of a modal verb phrase, meaning expected to or required to. So it's a special modal verb phrase. Although supposed to crops up frequently in casual writing and speech, it should not be used in that sense. So it is technically incorrect to use supposed to, S-U-P-P-O-S-E. Suppose without the D should only be used as the present tense of the verb meaning to assume. Like, I suppose I should finish my homework before playing video games. Similar to saying I think or I assume. So two totally different meanings. But it's a common mistake for native English speakers to say be supposed to rather than be supposed to. Okay, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the chat box next to the live video, and I'll try to get to them.
How many minutes has been?
About 18.
Alright, let's finish it in 2 minutes.
Okay, let's see. Okay, oh, I think
we can save the questions for next time, okay? If there's no question, we can just finish it in 20 minutes.
Okay, here is a question I found online. What's the difference between gas, petrol, benzene, and gasoline? I've never personally heard benzene used before. I have heard petrol and gas and gasoline. So in the United States, generally we refer to the fuel for vehicles like cars, buses, and vans as gas. Now for large semi-trucks that haul large amounts of cargo, they use a special type of fuel called diesel. Diesel fuel is a different type of fuel from gasoline. In the UK, gasoline is usually referred to as petrol. And there are a lot of other differences between UK English and American English. In American English, we also use gas to refer to any type of gas, not just the type of gas that goes into your car. Like natural gas, like the gas that provides heat for your home or heat for your hot water. We call that gas as well. So we don't differentiate between the two types of gas. We call both gas.
Pass me my phone over there. Yeah. Let's do one more question because I forgot to share the link.
Okay. And another thing is Another term related to cars that's different between the UK and the US is boot. In the UK, the rear part of the car where you put things, store things like a spare tire is called boot in the UK. In America, it's called trunk. So that is part of the difference, some of the differences between UK English and US English. They mentioned sodas. Okay, sodas in the US, the name of sodas depend on the region. Like in parts of the north, soda is called pop. Where I come from in the southern United States, most of the time soda is called Coke, and it doesn't matter what flavor. In the southern United States, most soda is called Coke. In the UK, I think they call them fizzy drinks, if I'm not mistaken. Another difference between UK and American English is cookies. The sweet, thin crackers that you get in America are called cookies. In the UK, they're called biscuits. In America, biscuits are a totally different thing. In the US, biscuits are more like scones, what they call scones in the UK. Like a type of, a buttery, savory type of bread. So those are some of the differences between UK English and American English. All right.
Right, so it's time.
It's about time to close our session for today. If you have any English questions,
Prepare them in advance.
yeah, please prepare them in advance, and you can type them into the chat box during our live session. We'll try to be online around 5:15 to 5:30 tomorrow afternoon, and we'll try to do this every day to answer your English questions. So please prepare them in advance and type them into the chat box, and we'll try to get to them during the live session. Thank you for watching Jason Adam TV and American Teacher TV on YouTube.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.